Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Scion the Tower, or welcome to Scion the Tower. If this is your first time, you have picked a hell of a time to show up. Our heroes have started months or years ago within the nature of this world. Um, as heroes, scions who had connection to divinity but were like just coming into their own. And now they are reaching the end of their apotheosis journey. And we're getting to the point where we're going to see if they succeed and actually become gods in some form, or if their journey, like so many others, fail and they end up either remaining as demigods, dying, being replaced, or what have you. Before we like kind of jump right in, because like I say, today is going to be a hell of an episode. We're going to introduce the people who are going to make this show actually fun. This time we're going to start with Crow. Crow, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Hi, I'm Crow. I play Rex, or Doug in his human form, the kingmaker of the Roman Greek pantheon. You can find the human flesh puppet that is Crow on on every other Thursday at 8 p.m. playing The World Below. I play a eldritch elf who just recently survived a fight with a dragon. So there's that. You will also see me in a couple of other things that I will be probably announcing next week when we come back. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens to Rex. Either he becomes a god or he starts working at Best Buy. I don't know.
Beautiful. Thank you much. Zachary, same question. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Hello, I'm Zachary Naldra, he, him. I am playing Bodhi Lee, she, her, born scion of Tara of the Pious. And I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that wrong, but differently every week. So I'm consistent in my inconsistency. Uh, you can find me in my house. I'm here a lot. I spend a lot of time here. Um, if you are looking for me other places, um, you could probably stalk tattoo shops in Western Massachusetts. I mean, Northampton alone only has 12 of them to look in. And Northampton only has like 36,000 people, so just to give you an idea. So yeah, along the Connecticut River, there's probably about 50 or 60 different shops you could look for me in. So good luck with that. Streaming, it's just this. That's all I'm doing. I've got too many other things going on.
Beautiful. Thank you much. So let us return to Scion the Tower. Specifically, return to this idea of the tower. The tower was an idea that was conceived by Doug, a philanthropist who decided he was going to construct this tower that, through divine magics and architecture, engineering, would allow not only people to visit, underworlds, after realms, visit heavens, visit all these different dimensions. Uh, it would allow scions to quickly be able to go back and forth. He thought he was doing a service. Recently, we have found out that this was not Doug's idea at all, but the idea of a psionic archaeologist who originally went by the name Yuri, although it was revealed at some point that she was Dracula, who had been manipulating Doug from the shadows for years. Um, it seems now she has taken up residence in this tower. The waters outside the tower actually has a some sort of barrier around it. You cannot enter unless you are divine. And even if you're divine, you need to expend a large amount of energy in order to enter this realm. Our heroes had been finishing up some last minute business, including the Cartwrights, where they kind of dismantled that long running, essentially like a monarchy over the town, even though it was from the shadows, and kind of guiding one of the younger Cartwrights, hopefully to a better life. As we return, Bodhi, Rex, what are you doing? You know what you need to do. What are your plans?
I gotta give you. Rex comes downstairs because I gotta give Bodhi Lee her file that she needs. Hey, haha, I so my new employee did a little bit of divination, found the last bit of information. The last eight great fears, the elephant. That's what she's written up about them.
All right. Cody's gonna take a look at it, flip through. What does she see? What kind of information was dug up?
The elephant was associated with the Cartwrights.
Elephant was associated with the Cartwrights. So now that the Cartwrights are gone,
Mhm.
the delusion or ignorance is kind of wiped over. Is people not as stupid as they were before?
Much of the Cartwrights' money was used to spread this kind of delusion. Um, Without the Cartwrights having control of their funds, with the Cartwrights being dismantled, and with them working essentially for you, with Mama Cartwright existing, I think like she has what 2 weeks in the mailroom, was it? Uh,
Just 2 weeks. You're funny.
um, that those efforts were no longer there, so that the delusion will start to clear up.
All right. So let's see. I have a fate binding for Janine on my or Jeanne, one of the two.
Yes.
I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing it. She was the one that had the restaurant that the Cartwrights fucked up.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that we can funnel money for uh, them to get that restaurant up and running.
I believe Rex last week had the Doug Foundation kind of address that, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Always way ahead of you.
but like super fast, like up and running. They're serving. They got the word out. We're shipping people in to eat there to
Okay, so it's not just like you want to make sure it's happening, but be like, y'all need to get up now. You are 2 minutes late. The restaurant, like, it's already five orders. Like, let's go.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's easily done at this point. Um, you get a text message that is full of typos. You get the feeling because like they were unaware that the restaurant was running. You think it says "Thank you, Bodhi Lee," as they are like making their running to the restaurant, kind of setting up. Somehow there's already food there. There's already people working. They're just kind of like falling into this system that has been set up that would have been there already had it not been for certain
Yeah, yeah.
individuals.
Making up for lost time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You get the feeling Silas was a big push in getting the word out, or getting people there. Silas already has 3 videos of like him eating food at the restaurant.
Damn.
It's good food.
Mm.
All right.
The boy. Oh,
Yeah.
he,
Other than that, I was gonna go uh, work with Erica a bit. See, since her power before came from capturing spirits,
Right.
and but those are spirits that hadn't like had a chance to go on. Um,
Hmm.
he is gonna maybe wants to meet with her or she wants to talk and see if we can get Erica to channel the energy of the dead in a different way.
Okay. Do you want to? If you meet now, you'll have to continue to like kind of give her that like healing energy because she is still like exhausted. But she will meet with you.
Well, no, that is not a present. That
Okay,
is
that's a
something
plan.
that that's a plan that she wants to kind of work to see where her skills are, to see what she can. Because we have this bitch in the tower to deal with.
Right.
And if she is a god of the dead, and it's a realm that she set up, and that's a dead realm, that means that there's dead energy inside
Yep.
that Erica could maybe channel and use uh, in some way.
Okay.
But that is not a pressing. So, all right. So we got this, Rex. What's on your plan? What do you want to? What are we? What's your idea?
One, I was just gonna say it's awesome that your boy is able to functionally be able to just get this whole social media thing up and running within like a few hours, but couldn't get himself out of a fucking trunk. I'm still concerned about that, but like that's between you and him.
He's good at one thing. He is not good at anything else.
Survival skills is like a thing, right? I like that's something anyone should have.
You'd be amazed at how many people don't, though.
Okay. Well, while you're taking care of wait, what are you taking care of actually?
Um, so we got Erica to kind of rebuild and reassess, and kind of how I'm gonna kind of focus her to more conscious use of her power and a less manipulative use of her power, less preying on the dead and more working with the dead, kind of a give and take instead of just take.
Okay. I have to go take care of a thing.
Okay.
Uh I might have to apologize to a few people for doing well, actually fuck them. I don't really have to apologize to them for what I'm about to do. But it will help with our current situation in some form or fashion.
Okay.
Or it might up in the both Greek Roman pantheon as we know it. Possibly all the other ones connected to us as well, including Italian, Omani, that sort of thing.
Well, that would be impressive. I've seen a lot of shit go down and the pantheons have, taken your family can take a punch. So something that could take down like a chain of pantheons is kind of impressive, actually. Yeah.
Great. I'm glad you agree with this idea without actually knowing exactly what I'm doing. He just opens up Thanatos. You know, I'm just gonna step through here so you don't get implicated in some of the things that I plan on doing. Just, just walks on through there. Auntie, uh, start with the paperwork and open some of the doors. I gotta talk to a few people, especially at the tower. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Bye.
Have fun.
All right. So Rex is on his way to the tower.
Not the tower, but like the tower inside.
Yes, that tower.
Yeah.
Okay. So because time is a little bit wonky in Thanatos, we're going to stay on Bodhi for a bit. Bodhi, it takes, especially since you are near and like thinking about her, it takes like 4 hours for her to recover, whereas normally it would have taken multiple days for her body to like generate or recover that much energy. Like 4 hours, she's up and a little bit groggy, a little bit confused, but seems to be in good health.
Okay. Yeah. You had a good nap. You worked out. You're
I,
put together enough to be sociable and
I think so.
such. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, your powers. You channeled your powers from the energy of the dead, right?
The spirits particularly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But you used fresh spirits that you worked with through tokens that you kind of entrapped, and they were kind of at your bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to uh, like they don't need to be fresh spirits, right?
I don't think so.
And like they don't need to be trapped spirits. So, like you can communicate with them and work through and find ways to use their power without trapping them. They can come and go as they choose, and we can figure out how to work that with for you, right? Does that sound like something that would be reasonable?
He will say yes, but it will be a very questionable yes.
Okay. So first, we got to figure out how to get you to figure out how to channel spirits, right? How to get in touch with them
Mm-hmm.
without, killing someone and just taking the one that was there, right?
You're right.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of ease you into this a little bit, and we're gonna go to um, we're gonna go to a local cemetery.
Okay.
All right. So can you feel already without, having to reach out their energy here?
No. I
Okay.
was never taught that. I only learned how to do it from the tokens.
Okay, from the tokens. All right. So
But I'm a great study. Like I can learn.
yeah, so he's gonna look around, or she's gonna look around and look for. We're in a graveyard. There's probably a wandering ghost or spirit or other form of undead somewhere around here,
Yep.
right? Okay. Um, she's gonna whistle and to one and kind of wave it over.
It'll like float on over.
Hi, my name's Bodhi. What's your name?
My name is Felix.
Felix. Felix. Okay. How long have you been here long, Felix?
I think so. I'm not really sure, but it feels long.
Okay. Well, what do you remember from when you were alive?
Uh, I was messing around with my horse, and I think I was supposed to take it down to the quarry, and I don't know. I think I just got I got kicked by my horse or something.
That really would have been a long time ago.
So it is okay.
Have you been by yourself? Have you talked to others around here, or do you communicate telltales and
There's like other people who I talk to every once in a while. They don't stay very long, though. I don't know where they go.
yeah, no, some choose to, some have unresolved business, some, have for whatever reason just can't find their way onto the next life. For some, this period of time is their own place that they have to adjust to and come to before moving on to their next reincarnation. Um, have you met my friend here, Erica?
He looks, but he can't really make her out. Like I don't think so. He's like kind of staring at her, and
Erica, can you see my friend Felix here?
she looks around. There's like a slight a slight fear, not terror, but a slight fear. You get the feeling, even though she works with spirits all the time, they're never free, and so now she's dealing with like a ghost, a scary ghost,
Hmm.
which she is not used to.
Okay. But does she indicate that she can see Felix?
She cannot see Felix.
That she cannot hear Felix?
No.
I am going to imbue a legend
Mm-hmm.
to extend the innate power of the purview of death
To Erica.
to Erica and to Felix so he can get a better
Okay.
grist, he can have a better crossing of the realms type of thing.
Okay. Um, it kind of like you extend your energies, and they both make eye contact, and they both kind of yell at the same time, seeing what amounts to a ghost in from their perception. Um, and then Erica like ducks behind you. Felix just kind of like backs up, but is still like keeping an eye on things.
Okay, you can come out when you're ready. Um, Felix, she is not going to hurt you. Erica, Felix is not going to hurt you.
Erica slowly comes out and said, and like brush off like apologies. How do you do, Mr. Felix? Felix is I'm fine. How are you? And they're talking, although there is still that kind of like hesitance between the two.
Tell each other about yourselves. Have a conversation, find some shared likes and interests. Um, Erica, what do you think about horses?
Very quickly, Erica starts rambling on about her favorite horse that she has had over the time, which immediately catches Felix's attention as he did not have many horses, but he had his one horse that he loved very much, and they very much quickly start bonding over their love of horses.
Odie is going to slip away while they're deep in conversation. Wander around the graveyard. Looking for any other ghosts that want to chat.
There would be one more in this graveyard. Usually, they are they're like moved on to some underworld.
Mhm.
There is one that is like hiding in the northwest corner of the graveyard.
She's not a monster. She's not here to scare this ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is green
Mm-hmm.
and purple, um, and blue, and kind of all these colors at the same time at once, but not any one that in particular. And then as ghost, she probably gives off some other um, funky
Mm-hmm.
vibes. But yeah, she's gonna come up and have a conversation. Approach politely and respectfully, uh,
Mm-hmm.
not to scare this poor ghost in hiding. So yeah, hi, how you doing?
What do you want with me, Reaper of Souls?
I was gonna come and have a conversation with you and kind of see what you were. I mean, do that phrasing there does give me an indication you don't want to leave this place.
I've been told about your kind. You take us away here where you send us to be tortured for the rest of our existence.
I mean, can I do that? Yes, without. I mean, like blink of an eye. It's like snapping my fingers would be an extra effort to make it happen. Um, if that was my intention, you would already be in the hell that I wanted to put you in. That's not my intention. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm fine.
I asked, about you, about yourself. How is your, what your unlife is like. I didn't ask how you were doing.
I'm dead.
Well, yes, that's pretty clear. Um, that's why, I'm probably the first living thing that you've spoken with since you had started your trip into the next life, but got stuck here for some reason. So, again, what are you doing other than waiting for someone like me to send you on to the next plane of existence for you to prepare for your next life?
I don't need to leave. I am fine where I am. Thank you for visiting.
What is it about this place that makes it fine for you to be here?
There's nothing about this place that is special.
What did you do before you got here that leads you to believe that karma is going to place you in a hell and not a heaven when
I
you leave
murdered
this
five
place?
people. That's what I did.
Okay, who were the five people?
Don't know their names. Don't care.
You don't know their names and you don't care. Well, that is kind of sad. Um, I am going to spad not imbue a legend, and we're going to work in the title of mm, who reincarnated to basically use Ophiric reunion. For
What
one
is? Mhm.
for one night, you return a deceased character that the target knew to their side, and with as uh, going to kind of give that a pull.
Okay.
Um, I'll spend another legend to make it to double up on the effect. To reunite this ghost with the people he killed.
So it's only the people he killed that you're bringing back.
Yeah.
Okay. You bring back, uh, two souls. They, based on just like their appearance alone, they look very wealthy. They look as if they have some sort of like government positions, and then they look down and they say, "Oh, well, if it isn't Mar, how are you doing, Mar? How's your family doing, Mar?" Um, and the ghost immediately turns aggressive.
Okay.
And you watch as the two start talking about uh, how Mar should remember his place in life, and that's why his family had to die. And he's probably still here because he still hasn't learned his place, and therefore no underworld would take him. Any underworld would be too good for him.
When I pulled them out of whatever underworld they were in, did I get a sense of what underworld they came from?
Yeah, you're a good god of death. You likely wouldn't be able to get the sense of what specific pantheon. You do know that, comparing it to your experiences, this would be one of punishment in order to pay off the karma before they return to reincarnate.
They came from, I pulled them out of a hell.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Wow. Do you think, spending some time in hell, you would have figured out by now that being a dick doesn't get you out of hell.
And they look at you like, you must be the hero who saved us from this mistake. Thank you so much.
You know, saved is maybe not the word you want to use here. Like, let's call this a meeting of the parole board. And the two of you are already off on a bad foot.
I see. Then we would like to apologize to you. And Mar, we would like to apologize to you as well.
So, Marv, since you're the honest one here, why'd you kill him?
They killed my family.
Hmm.
I came back from school and found them in the house. I didn't know their names, but I saw their faces as they left. So no, I don't know who did it, but I know it was them.
Hmm. Okay. So, I mean, we're not talking like a cold blood random killing. This was an act of vengeance, of getting back at them for a wrong done to you.
Justice didn't do anything. They paid the judges off. They were safe.
Well, okay. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't get your names.
Oh, I am Mr. Pendleton. It's a pleasure to meet you, parole officer, ma'am.
All
And you,
right.
you can call me Sean.
All right. So you killed his family.
No, we did not. We were tried in a court of law and were seen as not guilty. There was not sufficient evidence to place us at the scene of the crime.
That doesn't mean that you didn't do it. That means that in the court of law, in a room full of mortals, you were found to not have enough proof that you were the ones who did it.
It we did kill them, but it was an accident.
Okay. So you went into the house, right?
Yes.
You were invited in.
Yes, we were invited in.
Okay. No force involved.
Of course not. And then Sean like elbow Mr. Pendleton. It's like we owned the deed to their house. So there may have been some underlying force that we did not initiate.
There was the threat of force being the property owner. Then does that sound like a reasonable summary?
But we didn't say anything. We didn't remind them of that. We just came and they knew who we were.
Uh-huh. And so they felt obligated to let you in because you were an authority figure.
If they felt obligated, that is on them. We can't control that.
All right. So walk me through how these people who we'll say they invited you into your home with the best intentions, under no coercion at all,
Hmm.
were not breathing when you left their home. So let's talk about that. How did that come about?
We went in to talk about an article they posted. We believed the article was slanderous, but we didn't want to sue them. We knew they had strapped finances. We thought we could come to some sort of understanding, human being to human being.
All five of you.
We were out at the golf club, but we just decided to go over. We didn't want to end our night just because someone is a bad journalist.
So there was a journalist involved, and instead of taking it up to other channels and whatever, and going at that towards the place where this article was posted, so I'm guessing this was an online article of some sort. Is that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay? Okay. Um, so instead of going after the website that has presumably some LLC legal protection, um, you instead decided to you want me to believe not go to intimidate a journalist. Five of you. Does that sound about right?
We wanted to talk. We did not want to harm.
Okay. This is the first point where I'm gonna, fully do a roll to get a read on them
Uh-huh.
to see how truthful they're being. Okay, that is four successes.
Yeah,
Three of that, sorry, no, two of those are on divinity dice.
that's way more than enough. Technically, they feel like they didn't plan to go over to harm them. However, they feel like they didn't plan to go over to harm them because they assumed the journalists would just roll over. There was no circumstances where the journalists did not do what they wanted in their mind. So when the journalists didn't, they reacted as you would expect when something you believe you own does not do what you tell it to do.
Okay. So you went over, you thought you would get your way. You didn't get your way, so then you took, you eliminated the problem.
In the heat of the moment, I believe we lost our cool. And then once that happened, it was too late for the EMT to do anything, so we just did what we had to do. So we killed the journalists and the witnesses.
Okay. Whatever they wrote was so damaging that you felt taking a human life was necessary.
I think you're putting a lot of intention in our action. There was no intention. It just sort of happened. Like how this one just sort of happened to kill us. He had all the intention. He planned on killing us. He
Yeah,
followed us.
yeah, he did. And we'll have a conversation about his need and desire for vengeance, um, and not trusting that while you escape punishment in the eyes of mortal law, the divine still knew you were wrong, which is why you were in hell, whatever hell I pulled you out of.
I don't really have money to give you. How many? If we apologize, does that help our? Because we apologized when we saw him,
Yeah, you apologized after I made myself known and what I could do and what my intentions were.
but we still apologize. Like that should be some point.
An apology under the threat of more punishment isn't really all that heartfelt, now is it? It's not really you learning your lesson.
Okay, then let us
Yeah.
like follow him around and like learn our lesson.
So tell me about where you were and tell me about the punishment that you were receiving.
So they'll look at each other and they will not talk if allowed to not speak.
If I don't know where you were, then I can't make a decision on making sure to send you back to someplace not as bad.
That'll do it. Uh, we we were in a forest, a massive forest. No amenities, no vehicles, no anything. And in this forest, there is a creature, and it stalks you every minute of every day. And then when it catches you, it eats you. And then you wake up back in the forest, and you can just hide and run. I don't know how many years we've been doing that.
What would be an appropriate role for Bodhi to know what hell that is?
Religion and intellect?
So, occult and intellect then?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna spend a momentum because this is not her best dice pool. Um, even though the dice pool is flooded, because
Right.
I have more divinity dice than dice. Oh, I did not need to spend that momentum. That is four successes. All of those are on divinity dice.
Ooh. So you realize a few things. As you are getting closer and closer to the divine, and specifically with your purview of death, even if you don't know every single underworld, every single hell, like you can realize what it is if you think about it. You realize that this is a real underworld that they're talking about. It is not connected to any pantheon. This is a death god who is not connected to any pantheon in any way.
Okay. Can she make a connection to a less torturous underworld to send them to?
I mean, the easiest one would be, your very own.
Hmm.
There are the Greek underworld, as you have been been back and forth a few times. You know that they a lot of the shades just like lose their memory, and so that is less torturous. And that they lose their sense of identity, so they don't get tortured unless they get sent to Tartarus. In which case, that one Rex over there gets his hands on him, so that could be another option. The obsidian butterfly may or may not be less torturous if you like ask her a favor. That could be a thing. But you also know she has a penchant for hunting. So that's also
Hmm.
at the very least she might hunt for a bit and then get bored and move on to somebody else.
Yeah. You know what? Bodhi is going to drop these two. Um, gonna send gonna send her to potentially meet the obsidian butterfly.
Mm.
So in make the climb.
Hmm.
Um, you are greeted by dogs. And if you are the type of person who is an asshole to dogs, they won't lead you to the right path. They will just, you know, lead them around into the continually for eternity to the wrong place. So I'm sending them back there and let the karma decide how, where they go from there.
All right. And so they look and they explode into butterflies and a nice cursive thank you as the butterflies kind of like land on the ground and send you a little message.
Oh,
And as
No
Mars
mom cares.
as Mars stares at you, kind of confused with what's happening, we're gonna take a quick switch over to see what Rex is up to.
Um, Rex has dropped the uh human-like facade, the more jovial back and forth banter that he it would normally do with Bodhi, and has taken on full divinity in
Mm-hmm.
whatever form you could call that divinity. Um, he's kind of walked through, made his way to the tower. He sees it like the giants move,
They just move out the way.
just keeps walking forward. Um, we see him grab a key,
Mm-hmm.
walks up to Erebus' room, doesn't say anything, unlocks the door and opens
Okay.
it.
Hey, nephew. Welcome back. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Um, however, I'm going to be busy. I also have to do a few things, and I didn't want to leave you in the lurch while I'm getting that done.
Oh, I don't want to cause no trouble. You know that. Like, if it's easy, I'll just stay here. It's no big deal.
No trouble. In fact, I feel like people have been using this place as an excuse just not to deal with each other, and I think we should turn a little bit of a new leaf, don't you think?
Do I hear you correctly there?
Hmm?
Am I hearing you correctly? You want to turn over a new leaf in the realm of the gods? A new
I
fig
mean,
leaf, as it were.
kinda. I'm starting to feel like a few of us have stagnated, has stayed in our seats a little too long, has left our post, left everything in rubble, and then the ones who possibly shouldn't just be locked away because they just don't want to deal with each other. Well, I think they should be released, don't you think? I don't believe in just corral punishment just for a few ungrateful elites. So yes, a new leaf.
I mean, if that's your plan, you know I have your back.
Oh, glad you say that. And we see him kind of spin a spear around, and his fingers
Mm-hmm.
burst of like moonlight and lightning, and a little bit of darkness has tinged it. I think, as the new kingmaker of this pantheon, I think we just need to decide a few leadership changes, don't you think?
I mean, if we're gonna do that, we're gonna need some help, I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. I just got to go meet with a few people now.
All right, well then, I guess the door is open. I'll make my way out. You just reach out to me when you need me, you know? Look into the darkness. I'll be there.
Will do. With that, I have to go talk to, funny enough, my progenitor, who might be locked. Actually, her and a few others should be locked away here.
Hmm. Okay. I don't think there's been any new residents in the tower for a bit.
Mm-mm, not new.
I see. You have good luck with that.
Right. Um, and he just stays a while, just allows them to fly off.
Yeah, it takes a couple of minutes, but like And you never hear them leave, but at some point you realize there is no other entity with you in this area.
Right. And he keeps walking down. Um, and he goes to two spots.
Mm-hmm.
Knocks the door on the left. Excuse me, am I speaking to Helena?
Who wants to know?
You can call me Rex. I unfortunately ended up in the same position that you did at one point. Used and abused and tossed aside by a certain goddess, gone by a few names, but more specifically Aphrodite.
Keep going.
He unlocks the door. I think there's been a misunderstanding about the fall of Troy, and I think you're due for some sort of release, don't you think?
I've met your kind before. Favors always come with what is it you want?
First, what is it that you want? What do you want to do when you get out of here?
I don't think it's correct. It's, allowed to say murder all the gods, but, somewhere in that line.
Oh, there is going to be a shake-up with that pantheon, but I don't think you should concern yourself with that. But beyond revenge, come on, think bigger.
When you're trapped in, when you're trapped for eons, you tend to hyperfixate on certain things.
Ooh, I have a friend who hyperfixates on a lot of things. Recently, recently they've gotten into like something called forgive me, I'm still trying to figure out what it is. They are a hype beast furry, but specifically for fashion. I'm still trying to understand it. We don't talk as often as you clearly we don't talk as often as we used to. I became a demigod and they became an influencer. We just went two separate paths, but kind of the same paths, to be honest. Not important. So, what about you? Tell me the hyperfixation.
You know what I'll tell you? You let me know what I need to get out, to do to get out. I will do it.
Well, there is one thing, something we're both good at.
Hmm.
You know the term Cupid, right?
What about Cupid?
I need you to fuck up his situation, his connections to love. I don't think Eros would even see it coming. And while Eros is too busy trying to fix his fuck ups, his mother will be in a little bit of a panic while some other things are happening behind the scenes. And when she steps down, he hands her a steak. Well, wouldn't it be cosmically hilarious if the most beautiful woman in the world met the woman who sank 1,000 ships and then shanked the bitch?
You feel the stake get taken from your hand. I like you, new god. When I destroy the entirety of the Greek pantheon, I'll let you live.
By the time you even come back here, it'll be a whole different pantheon.
Then it's a win-win for me. Talk
Mm.
to you soon.
One girly down, and he keeps going down.
Hmm.
kn- Knocks on the door. His sunglasses pushed up to his face. Do I call you Medusa? What do I call you? What do you want? Gorgon Queen, what do I call you?
You hear a voice guttural and deep from the back. The fact that you even whisper my name shows how the treason has not ended. Call me what you will, it won't save you.
Well, that is so unfortunate because I was going to unlock this door and give you a new lease on life. But if you want us to stay here, locked away, still call the monster that turned everyone to stone and not the victim that so many women, femfolk, and other people looking for vengeance calls you. I mean,
But who put this name of monster on me? Wasn't that your kind?
oh, I'm a little bit of a different kind.
That's what they all say.
Um, he lets that Scion energy flare, but suddenly part of that Titanic part of him flares behind it. Nah, darling, there's no one like me. Closest one is a whole different pantheon.
So you came down here for a reason. Speak.
What if I gave you a second chance at becoming big?
You don't get a response, but you know she's still there because of the whole like
Yeah,
prison thing.
there are literal people who tattoo your face on their arms for protection, for vengeance on being scorned. So many look to you as a martyr. Wouldn't it be better surrounded by those who care about your story?
If there's one thing I learned from my story, is that trust will be betrayed. Why should I trust you?
I'm not offering you trust. I am offering you a new start away from all of this. If I wanted to give you, you can trust me, Bessie, I would have gone on TikTok and made a whole video. But unfortunately, that's not my dealing. I deal in contracts. I deal with mutual benefits.
Why should I trust in your contract?
Because mine puts you on a path back onto being a scion.
I think there's one thing you have yet to understand.
What's that?
You're right, we're not so different, you and I. And
Hmm.
you feel your spear start to get cold. I've already made a contract
With
with a
who?
friend of mine that seems that you also have chatted with.
Oh, so if it's a mutual friend, then letting you out wouldn't be a problem, then, huh?
I mean, my our friend knows my intentions. Do you?
Now, see, you were talking on and on and on about trust, and here you go, veiled threats and stuff like that. I could just walk away and pretend like I just didn't come and talk to you. Or you can just tell me what it is that you want.
Like I say, like I'm already getting what I want. My question is, why should I change my plan for you?
Because you're not the type to sit around like a damsel in distress behind a cage.
Or wait for someone to come rescue me? You're right. I'm not. And you see, have you opened the door yet? No, right?
No.
You see the door open,
Oh.
and there
So
are
you could
just
just let
many
yourself out.
eyes.
Right.
Yeah, I can, but I was waiting for the right moment. My question is, are you bringer of the right moment? Is now the time?
It's about to be.
Then it was nice meeting you, new friend.
One, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
how about you power up first before you just jump right on in so you don't go back to what happened the last time?
I will say the social media you all use has changed a few things.
It has.
And you said it yourself, I am used as a martyr, a moniker. I am worshipped. I am, in essence, a god. A weaker one, I'll give you that, but a god nonetheless.
Well, then, and he hands her a cell phone. This should be easy, right?
I was like, oh, before I forget, our mutual friend told me to tell you to come visit.
Oh, I was going to see them anyways.
She's been bothering me, so I just want to.
No, that's fine. I was going to visit anyways. It like he pulls out something that looks like a bunch of tea paraphernalia and some other things. Yeah, I well prepared.
And then
Uh,
when she sees that, she's like, okay, it's you. Yeah, no, what do you need?
oh yeah, I was sick of going like the whole back and forth, back and forth. No, pretty much a little bit of a situation that I'm trying to make sure it gets itself cleared up. I'm trying to yank some influences away from them before we go full topsy-turvy, because otherwise I feel like there's some other scions down there that could put a wrinkle in the plans.
Okay. Who do you need me to take out?
Kind of need you to just take out some fashion bloggers, influencers that are a part of, well, the woman who had you turn the way that you are.
So she goes in the back, and you start seeing flashes. And every like 5 minutes or so is a different flash. So she has a different outfit on. And she DMs them to very specific people. After about like 25 minutes or so, she walks back and gives you the phone and says, I think these are the people you want taken out.
Great. Well, that job is done. All we got to do is oh, he's just got to deal with the lightning one itself. But I have something for that ass. Let's just say I've written, I wrote a play. He likes plays, so I decided to write one for him. One part tragedy, one part comedy. I think it'd be more comedy for us, but a damn well good tragedy for him. You should watch BET. It's very entertaining. Not the Tyler Perry stuff. That it gets old very fast, but you should watch a little bit of it because it's going to be reflecting on how he ends up.
Well, if you do need another actor in the play, let me know.
Oh, darling, I already wrote you a, I already put you on the casting list
Well, this play better be good. You know I don't do second tier plays.
for a star performer. I would never do that.
See, this is why I knew I liked you. I mean, I didn't know until 5 seconds ago, but now I know.
Now I must be off. Have fun. Talk to my friend Kiki if you want some more outfits and stuff like that. She would love to meet you. She's gonna ask you a bunch of questions, but at the same time, you're gonna be fast tracked right into like current Gen Z fashion in all different brands. That
Kiki,
and drag queens.
I think I'll find them. Thank you, new friend.
See you, bestie. He puts on that fake voice and skips on
Yeah.
down to the last room.
Mm-hmm. We get to the last room.
Well, this one's gonna be a little bit entertaining. Hmm. Let me see. Um, I wonder if this will work. He is just gonna open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know they're probably chained up to a wall,
Mm-hmm.
but he is reaching out to. For those of you who want a deep cut, I'm trying to get the name correct. That's why I'm stalling. Um, they look like half human male, but half fish people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not necessarily like Lovecraftian, but more uh merman-ish, I guess would be the best way to put this. Um,
Ichthyocentaur?
no, the Telchines. Telchines.
Uh-huh.
Gentlemen. How are we doing? Still trapped in this hell that you literally helped make. That's hilarious.
They are, in fact, chained. You don't sense the malice that you assumed you should, as even though you are now part Tartarus, you were not the original Tartarus. Although you definitely sense a significant amount of malice just heading your way.
Wait. Um, Before we do that, let's have a chat. Now, flares up that Titanic part of him. I think we have similar problems, don't you think? I like magic, you like magic. I love supporting the arts and crafting. You love supporting arts and crafting. I have beef with Zeus, Ares, and oh, Aphrodite. Looking at all of you chained here, I see you all have something similar. That with additional Poseidon and another death god, but those two are currently so.
You hear a voice in your mind. Silence divine. While you are certainly one of us, you are also divine, and you wear that moniker proudly. How dare you come down here and speak to us like you understand our plight?
Well, here's the thing. More of like the abused puppy with divine powers rather than an actual divine there. But I see where the confusion is, and I just want to offer you a chance at not losing the Titan fight again.
Are you insinuating that you plan on abandoning your divinity and embracing your Titan heritage?
Baby, I'm both. Can't abandon one and the other. That's like splitting myself in half.
You're right, but you can use all your divine to destroy those who would do harm to others.
I could.
I'm going to say, give me a persuasion and then your best social roll. While normally someone of your tier would not need to roll, uh, you know, eons of
Right.
would probably need a little bit of persuasion in there.
Let's see. Um, I am going to flood the pool.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh, Best one. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. Yep. I'm also going to activate that ward infinity while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Six successes.
Which purview are you did the war purview? Okay. Whew. You hear that voice, and once again in the back of your mind. Are you suggesting that you're ready to go to war? Or are you simply suggesting we sacrifice ourselves so you can gain more power?
Who said anything about sacrificing you all? That'd be a waste.
Are you
Your craft
suggesting
is. Oh,
are you
please finish.
suggesting you're going to use us to gain more power?
I'm saying we use each other mutually. As you are now, you can't get out, but under a contract with me, you can walk out of here and also not be under the boot of the divine that put you here in the first place, and you can be involved in what's about to happen with them soon.
But under your boot.
Not under my boot.
All right. We will agree to your terms if we can add one extra.
What's the extra?
We want you to kill a divine, and we want to watch you do it.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to have our artistry, you must prove that you are worthy.
I think you got confused. I don't want your artistry.
Then what do you want?
Your artistry is outdated, but your magic, on the other hand, becomes quite useful.
How you could be so cold to him as you ask him for a favor? Your shit was like 2010. I don't want that shit. Fair. You kill a divine. We will aid you.
Awesome. However, there is one sort of catch.
There always is.
I
What is the
know.
catch?
You have to go back to being, and unfortunately, I have to say this, you have to go back to, well, as you are now, they have ways of killing you all, but if you go back in this form, well, you don't have to worry about that.
As long as you vow to kill a god, we will do what must be done.
Great, granted.
All right. You have made a few friends through your descent through the tower.
Um,
They're
but
all.
as a sign of good face, he walks up to the leader,
Mhm.
unlocks the leader out of all of them.
Stands, stares at you. I look forward to working with you.
Oh, it's already going to be a given. It's kind of in your fortune and the fate of this pantheon. It's kind of pre-written. See you later, friends. I can't wait to show you everything that's going to happen.
And then you return up the tower.
Yeah, because I got to go see Auntie, and there's a door waiting for her.
Okay. So you're making your way to Auntie. Um, Bodhi is chatting with Mar. It's a little earlier than we usually do, but I think we'll take a break. This is a nice like midpoint in the story. We're gonna go get some water, go get some juices, and rehydrate. Be back for the second half. See y'all soon. welcome back to Scion the Tower. Oops. We just went down a tower, different than the one referenced in the title, yet one important nonetheless. Rex has begun expanding his army. An army not to take on a human army, but to take on the gods themselves. But before we continue on with Rex's story, we're gonna flash back to Bodhi, with Mar kind of staring at you, not really sure what you're planning on doing next.
All right, so Marv, what is your you feel guilt of some sort for killing these people? That's why you're trying to stick around here instead of heading on to the afterlife, which you assume will be a hell.
I assume so, yes. No matter what they did, I still killed them.
Okay, so you understand what you did, and
Yes.
you feel that you should be punished for this.
Yes. The choice I made was one to damn my soul, but I would rather do that than let my family go on unjustified. That's not the word. Unvengeanced.
How long has it been?
I've been looking at people, I think it's been a couple of years.
This self pity, the blaming yourself for again what you did. That it's not, you're not denying that, you're understanding of it. You felt the need to have justice done and did not feel that while mortal courts failed you, you've seen that the perpetrators have gone to hell, to whatever hell they underworld that they were sent to. I've sent them back to one, not the same one. They're still experiencing an underworld. So you just want to hang out here, separate from your family,
No matter where I go, I will not be with my family.
torturing yourself and for the crimes you feel you committed.
No, I'm doing what I can here. There are many people who pass through here. It's not easy dying. They need someone who knows the way. I talk to them.
So in a sense, you help others move on when you can.
I help them until someone better equipped is able to take them where they need to go. Until that time comes, it is a very scary, scary time.
What about Felix over there? What do you know about him?
I met Felix when I first came. Felix has been here for a long time. I think he cursed the god's name before he died.
Hmm. You know which one? Curse all of them.
I don't think he remembers. Talking to him is very difficult. He's been here long enough that parts of his self has disappeared.
Fair, fair. All right. Well, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to send you.
Just send me where I can fully repent. It's been long enough.
No, because I don't know where your family went to. but I am going to reunite you. And without saying another word, she's just gonna put a hand on his head and send him off to whatever afterlife his family ended up in.
And
Reunite you.
there's a look of thanks as he disappears. And as he disappears, you see, or with your ascent to the divine, you can tell that he is being sent to the kami.
Hmm. Well, I hope he can go to work in the bureaucracy that is their underworld and enjoy that. Uh, as she heads back over to Felix and Erica, she's going to send off a text to Silas.
Hmm.
Um, so Silas, you know how I've been kind of having you gather information on various influencers and that sort. How's that been going?
So Sas responds in about 30 seconds, which for him to you is like 3 times longer than it usually is. Um, he says good, then says, am I allowed to ask you a question without giving money?
Yes, you are allowed to ask questions without giving money.
Um, do you know anything about bats?
I do know a thing or two about bats. Why do you ask?
Do they like the smell of humans or something?
Generally, no. Are there bats near you?
There've been bats following me all around school today. They're like flying outside my door right now. I figured like maybe I just have like a lot of fruit in my, because I have the like fruit for health. Maybe they can like smell the fruit. I know there's fruit bats.
There are fruit bats, though I imagine the ones that you are dealing with are not necessarily fruit bats. So, to tell me about um, the bats that you see.
He just describes, he's like, yeah, they're bats. They're flying around. If I go outside to get the mail, they're just kind of like around. Their eyes are really creepy. I swear they're like kind of red, but only if the light hits it the right way.
Mhm.
I was just kind of weirded out by it, but if it's just like if they just like the scent of fruit, that means I must be getting all my vitamins in, so it's probably a good thing.
Well, that's certainly one way of putting it. Um, you might want to like take a speaker, play some high frequency music, and put it in the window, and blast that a little bit.
Oh yeah, sure.
Um, but anyway, what I was one of the groups that I needed you gathering information on. Um, the followers of Mara. Is that how's that been going?
The followers of Mara.
Mara, yes.
I got some stuff. They were one of the harder groups to pick out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to need you to do what you can to put an end to them.
All right, yeah. I'll focus on it tonight.
All right.
And within like 5 minutes, you see two just like quick videos on the TikTok and the Instagram pop up. He's trying to get just using quantity to just reach as many people, get as many tags out there, just like spread the word.
Sounds good. How are Erica and Felix getting along?
Uh, they are still talking about horses. Um, Erica is talking about how of the many horses she's had, she's never had a Mustang. Um, and which of course was Felix's horse. Once Felix had a Mustang, and he was very proud of it. And so Erica is now kind of like fawning, like, "Oh my God, it must have been so pretty." They're just going.
So I see you two are getting along.
Huh? Oh, yes, we are.
So, Erica, that sense of the power that you had figured out how to channel through tokens. During this time, have you felt any of that, a spark of any of that?
So she'll stop. It's like, I don't know. I wasn't trying. Um, Mr. Felix, can I use some of your power? And Felix is like, for a fellow horse lover, absolutely. Um, and so she'll like kind of just like high five Mr. Felix, and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I feel like I can." But then
Good.
this like look of dread will come over her face, and she just kind of like puts her hand down, doesn't do anything.
What is stopping you?
I didn't realize I was using their life force.
You didn't realize you're using their life force before, and you feel bad for the suffering you put those souls through? Or you didn't realize that you realize that now, and you don't want to use the life force that Felix has given towards you so that you can use your powers.
She has a hard time answering, but you can tell she is just racked with guilt. Um, I assume y'all would have taught, and like she would have explained. She never really trained as a sorcerer. Her parents just kind of like told her what to do from the time she was young, and so she didn't understand the mechanics behind what she was doing. And now she's realizing that, it's from spending time with you. There were people who were murdered in front of her. Their souls were shoved into some sort of trinket. She then used the trinket, not really sure what was happening, and was using their life force trapped in the thing, which is why she would occasionally not be able to use a trinket. She just thought she like lost connection with it. No, like the soul had been used up and then dissipated.
So, yeah, you now have the opportunity to learn to use that in a more productive way, in a way that is Felix giving you the power. You are not taking from him. you get the difference between using that now and what you had done before.
She trusts you, and so she will try. But in her mind, it is still, I am further, even if you're giving me life to use, I am still further taking away life. Which for her, even though she's been a sorcerer for over a decade, that part, or understanding that part, is brand new.
Hmm. What
But
do you
like I
think
said,
happens to Felix if you use up all of his power?
he dies again.
You understand that how the cycle works, right?
N- No one's told me anything.
None of this is permanent. Felix is not going to be in this cemetery for all eternity. There will be a point where Felix moves on to the next phase. Just as you were born, you've grown. At some time, you will die and move on to the next phase. When you go to the afterlife, you will be there, and eventually you will come back and return, as have all beings. It is not a permanent situation that we find ourselves
To look at Felix, and Felix is doing like the double thumbs up. You got this, kid. And she is willing to try.
in. Okay, go forth and let's see what you can do.
And she is once again able to imbue plants with some of the essence of Felix. He looks a little bit more see-through now, but then she can summon those plants and have them attack. It seems that she is still able to be a sorcerer, albeit with more understanding of what the process of what she's actually doing.
Okay, this is a step in the right direction for you. Where you go from this, how you can move on from this and grow and become a force for good in this world is up for you to learn along the way to find your own path. I can't lead you there, I can't guide you there, but I can be a place for advice as you need it.
And she looks up like shaken but resolved.
All right. So I'm gonna, leave the two of you so that you can kind of become more comfortable
Hmm.
with what you are capable of and how that's going to work for you.
Hmm.
Felix, you have new company, and I hope you are enjoying your visit here. I do have other matters to attend to today, though.
All right, well, I'll see you later, Bodhi.
All right, y'all have a great day.
And you see them return to their conversation about horses to kind of like let Erica recover before they try again.
All right. Using the information from Silas,
Hmm.
um, do we have particular followers of Mara in the Tuso that can be located?
You would have like 10 that he has identified and would have sent you their information.
Okay. Any of them appear to be particularly on the unnice side of things. We understand that the followers of the King of Illusion are probably not the best people to begin with.
Hmm.
So, people who've consciously made that decision have either been led astray or either intentionally are just deceitful people. Um, Followers of Mara who delights in destruction, on the other hand, are a bit more potentially problematic.
So one that he sent, he added this note. I'm not super sure, but I think so. Um, Works at the hospital as a doctor.
Oh, that he's a doctor at the hospital. That is something Bodhi is going to take upon herself to visit. She's looking for someone that she can send her followers to go and rough up and make an example out of.
Okay. There has been murders like showing up every once in a while. No, no way, no connection, like no suspects. The only thing that has been noticed is that like the murder victims tend to have these very clean surgical cuts through them.
Hmm, okay. We'll use that as a starting point, I guess, then. And we will head on. Bodhi's going to go visit this doctor.
All right.
I'm
Uh,
guessing this doctor is a surgeon.
yep.
Okay.
He's there right now. At this point, no one will really stand in your way if you're like, I need to get into the hospital. You spend most of your time there and you're a demigod, so,
Yeah, yeah. And the healing thing.
yeah.
She just walks past people, and people get healthy. So,
Yeah.
hospitals like her.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I should imagine she knows her way around the place a bit and will know right to where the surgeon is going to be hanging out.
All right. So you go to Dr. Wilson, who is hanging out in the the little lobby, getting some coffee. And you walk in and there he is.
Dr. Wilson, how are you on this fine day?
Bodhi Lee, it is lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Well, so, I have some information that you um, may have been taking action that might have been encouraging. Um,
Bodhi Lee, I would love to keep this, but I need to get to surgery. So, could this wait until?
you don't need to get to surgery.
How are you? Are you present yourself as intimidating, or are you like lulling him into a false sense of security?
So she's definitely presenting the who is calm,
Okay.
but she is also just very kind of emotionless.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. He is going to run or attempt to run.
Do you want a roll
No,
to
if you
grab
want
him
to
by
catch
the
him, you
neck
can
and
catch
stop
him.
him? Yeah, no, yeah. Moment. She's got four arms. One of them's gonna grab him.
Yeah, like he knows why you're here. If you're emotionless, there's no escape. He can't talk you out of it. Technically, he can't run, but it's better than just like waiting. So yeah,
Yeah. So you do know why I'm here. Um, Now perhaps we can make this less unpleasant for you. Why why did you do it? Let's start there.
Um, he will begin to speak and then say, "I was doing ritual sacrifices to stop Mara from coming here."
To stop Mara from coming here. So you've been working to prevent him from coming here. Why is that?
I enjoy living here, and while clearly you know I am part of the cult of Mara, were Mara to come here, it would make it to a very different place.
Oh, yeah, so I can imagine. Um, then what influence has Mara on the rest of the cult?
Uh, we just get together and worship. We don't really have a plan. By the way, while you're doing this, you hear some beautiful music coming like from outside.
Uh-huh.
Just wanted to let you know that that was a thing.
Mhm. Lovely. Um, well, here's the thing. I can't let you keep sacrificing people
It,
to
it,
appease Mara.
okay, I do think more will die when he comes, but if you think that I should stop, I will stop.
If he is no longer the purveyor of death of the Pantheon, if that power is taken away from him, then that does ease your fears a bit now, doesn't it? Would that ease your concerns?
This is interesting. Zachary, give me say odds or evens. I want to see something.
Odds.
So he looks at you and like is like inferring what you're saying. And then he starts to give you this like this look that you are starting to recognize. It is a look not of adoration but of like worship. And he's like, "Yes, it would."
You are going to have a chance to live, to continue to do the work that you do for good in this hospital, and no longer sacrifice tomorrow. I'm going to regain a legend by fate binding him.
Okay, yeah. After once you told him that you planned on taking that mantle for yourself, it seems like he was attached to the mantle, to the purview of death, and not so much Mara, and so he has now instantly transferred his worship to you.
Another worshiper. Woohoo!
uh,
At one
I'm
point, I'm just going to get
assuming
them all together and they're going to make their own cults as
I'm
a
assuming your
separate
followers kind of
company.
like ushered everyone else out, and they're not just like watching like Dr. Wilson's a murderer? What? I knew it. Fucking knew it.
I imagine her walking into the lounge. Anybody else in the lounge might have just cleared out,
You know.
um, especially when he made a run for it and she grabbed him.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, that might be a sign. Um, so you will be my eyes and ears and keep tabs on the movement of the Colts. And when the
I
time comes, it will be dissolved, and he will lose a little bit of his power and hold over the city.
okay. I can do that.
Go ahead to that surgery you need to uh, execute.
Oh, yeah, that was a lie. I don't have surgery for another, I think, 4 hours.
Yeah, if you want to ever perform surgery again, you won't do that.
Understood. I will never do that.
She will let him go.
Mm.
And now turn your head to see what's going on with this music.
Outside, you see someone playing stringed instrument, wearing a green shirt, um, and blue jeans, although all is accentuated with green, just greens everywhere. And they're just like right outside the window, literally sitting like on the bush, the topiary.
This is our little, not technically a leprechaun friend, is it?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. So, good to see you again.
He's gonna turn around and say, "Hello, child of Tara. You are looking well.
Thank you. You as well. New song.
I have been working on new music. Music should change, just like emotions do."
Yeah. So you have you only seem to show up when there's a message of the fates that you have somewhere inside you and some piece of information to reveal.
Is
So
that one?
we could have small talk, or I mean, I imagine you are here for a reason besides sitting on a bush and making music for the people of the hospital.
I mean, I am here for music, but I'm also here for you.
All right. So yeah, what brings you to me?
You are you are old in the ways of the Pala. I want to see what will happen to you. What will you do? It is fun to watch.
All right. What would you like to see happen?
Like to see there is no fate that is determined.
Oh, no, no fate is complete, so complete that it cannot be unchanged. Although the fate does have turns the wheel, so to speak, in the direction that it spins.
Yeah. So I am merely an observer. I have fought in my day, but no, I am content to watch, strum, enjoy.
All right then. Well, I think I'll just take a listen to your music for a bit. Enjoy the sounds that you create.
Please do. And he starts singing a song about the Naga King. It's pretty nice. Um, by the way, would you have your demigod? Your phone doesn't need to. You know when something comes through. There are multiple messages or multiple videos that have been posted from Silas. Um, they started out just kind of trying to address people being like, "Hey, you don't have to worry. The Scions are here. They're taking care of us." The past few have been focused on bat protection.
Fuckers. Um, First, is there a role should I make to determine any hidden meaning behind the song our little leprechaun friends play?
Uh, uh, Either occult intellect or you can do empathy. Actually, no, empathy intellect.
All right.
Empathy cunning. Empathy and a smart thing.
Empathy and a smart thing. Got it.
Yeah.
Two successes. None of them are divinity dice.
Okay. Um, you're not able to glean that much, but you do gain some stuff. Um, One, the details in this song are someone who would only from someone who would have fought the Naga King, and would fight the Naga King for centuries. Um, Two, it's almost as if it is attempting to teach you how to engage in war with a god or a god-like entity.
Okay.
With the two, you would not be able to glean how to do that, but you do know that at the very least, this song is telling to do that, and likely, your friend here is trying to teach you how to do that in their own roundabout way.
Okay. Do we pick up any um what kind of specifics do we get on this that are actionable?
The only thing that you would have gotten with the two successes is almost the meaningless of physical combat,
Hmm.
but that's really it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. As you are contemplating the lyrics to the song, Rex, where are you?
Tea with auntie and uncle.
Oh, so you're at the super cold, super dark place.
Yeah.
As you walk through the door, you hear crying, like deep, guttural crying.
Just gonna lean in. I'm not gonna go all the way
It's
in.
like
Just
hold
gonna
on.
hold on. Hold on.
and you hear a familiar voice. Oh, hey Rex, come on in.
Is it Rachel?
It's Rachel.
I'm just wait. Permission to hug you.
She's like, you might have to wait a while. Mom's been doing this for how many months? And mom's like, it doesn't matter, my baby.
That's you know what? That's valid. That's valid. Banded together. And he's just gonna like tiptoe around them, put like the tea and stuff on the table. He's just setting the table while this is going on.
And Rachel's like, I'm glad you're here. And like Rachel would get up, with Nick's just like latched onto her.
Uh he's kind of learned to like light up the tea with his own like green flame
Yeah.
to at least heat it up. Like it's still gonna be slushy, but like it's now drinkable.
Right. It's not just a solid block of ice. And then after a little bit, Nyx is like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then she comes over and hugs you. And of course, it is like frigid, not enough to hurt
Oh,
you, but just you know.
right. He's put down like the extra fine tissue, like uh the one that's actually name brand is like
Yeah.
almost silky, and he just slides that over.
I'm like, you're so nice. She's like, dabs. I'm being such a horrible host. What type of tea do you?
No, no. I see. I brought tea. I brought tea. I brought everything because I knew you would be a little bit emotional, which I gathered. So I got you on tea.
No, no, yeah, that's like another hug, and she like tastes the tea and it's delicious. Rachel's ecstatic because this is the first time in some number of months that like mom hasn't been crying. It's a great day all around.
Oh, also takes out like Rachel's favorite meal from that one restaurant and
Yep.
slides it over.
Smash and just start like scarfing it down.
I told you I got you, cuzzo. Oh my God, we're cousins.
Like, yeah, so you're not going to charge me for destroying your bathhouse there, right? Cause
I mean, no, I mean, we got money. We got at this point, like, it's I could just be replaced. In fact, I don't even need money. I just snap a finger, stuff gets rebuilt.
okay, well then yeah, cuz thanks for the food.
Uh, well, it's glad I am glad to see that you're here with the family and not locked away in a fucking prison. Like me.
Yeah, that was weird. I wasn't really alive then, but like I feel like I'm like alive now. I don't know how I can see. Mom's been too busy crying to explain a lot of this, but
Yeah, it just think it comes naturally to us at this
but
point.
okay, that works. Okay. And this is like, so are you here to like spend the night? You know the night never ends, so you never have to leave.
As much as I want to, I currently have my own assignment I have to take care of. I have to deal with a Transylvanian god, as it were. I
Hmm.
gotta deal with Dracula.
Empathy, cunning.
Let's see, cunning. Okay, hold on. Everything froze. No, oh no. Okay, everything cunning. All right, you've gotten better in recent weeks. I'm also going to add the legendary title, "The Uncle Who Overcame Familiar Pain" with this.
Okay, yeah, that's really good. I like it.
5, 6, 7. 5 successes, all divinity die.
For someone who's supposed to be connected to the void, Nyx is oddly emotive. Um, so the fact that you said I gotta figure out Dracula and there was no change in temperature.
Oh, that is interesting. And 1 second, while I change headphones, you can switch over to Bodhi real quick.
All right. So Nick's not changing. Rex like, wait, what the hell? Uh, Bodhi,
Yeah.
as you sit down and listen, um, Silas is essentially doing a stream of consciousness stream at this point, uh, talking about bat safety tips, talking about being courage in the face of adversity, um, talking about not letting people who want to silence you.
Hmm. Those are all good virtues. How is you know, being at the hospital, looking outside, is the bat issue a city problem or a Silas problem?
A city situation in that you from the hospital you do see bats around. It's not a swarm like Silas like talked about it, so he likely has many bats around him, whereas there are now just kind of like you can see like 20 bats just like flying around, which is more than you usually see. So definitely something to take notice of, but not like they're descending on the city.
Okay. As gonna send a message to Rex, tipping her off about the increased bat population.
Hmm.
Um, and with Bodhi's just innate purview, are these actual bats or are they like in the realm of
These are actual
these
bats.
are actual bats? Okay, good. Mhm. But yeah, she's just gonna get that message out there. Um, more of an FYI, not a
Right.
911 situation.
Mhm. Rex, as you're feeling this out, you get a little buzz on the phone. There are bats, more bats than usual, uh, in Atusa.
Now she's decided to swarm my territory. Interesting. He actually even says that out loud. Shows Rachel.
Rachel is. I'm assuming you got like a lot of her favorite food, like
Oh
the.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she's busy. She doesn't even know you're here right now. She will eventually. Like you're
Okay.
fam, but like as of right now, it's food. Um, Nyx
Reasonable.
is oddly quiet. Like,
Oh no. I'm guessing she's cousin.
no, 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 no. Um, no, she's not. She's not cousin.
Not cousin, but kin.
I like you, Rex. I think you should talk to her.
I'm guessing that she's another part of, well, your side of the plan, correct?
I think you should talk to her.
Okay. I'll talk. I'll parlay.
And with that like cadence, uh, Rachel is gonna look up and be like, with food in her mouth, "You're not leaving, are you?"
Well, if I don't parlay now, I have other things I have to take care of as well. So, unfortunately, I am how you say, a busy demigod at this point.
Rachel would get up and attempt to physically block you. It's like you can't. If you leave now, and you hear like Nyx just kind of like sniffle, she's like, "Oh no, it's starting again."
And with that, he's just gonna be like, but in my place, another person should be arriving soon.
Okay, okay.
Although he should be here now.
And it's like, oh no, yeah, he came.
S- And he fucked off?
And then Rachel was like, I kicked him out. They were both crying, and I couldn't take it. I could only do one at a time.
Rachel,
It's it's so much. Like it's so much.
I know, but listen, it's better that they're getting that out now and hugging that out and everything
I don't
rather than,
understand a lot, but I understand they're immortal. They don't understand time. It's not gonna end.
listen, we're in the same boat.
And you hear like someone like from the outside, from the forest. Does that mean I can come inside? And Rachel's like, for fuck's sake.
Come inside. Why are you hanging? Oh my God. Okay. See,
And then they
this is
both just start crying, and Rich just goes back to the couch with her little food as they just glob onto her.
if you behave, a certain cousin of yours might take you along for the talk.
Better.
You want to go on a smoking trip with Cuzzo?
Can I leave? Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that out loud. Wouldn't say that out loud.
Mm. She'll catch herself, and they're too busy crying to like actually pay attention. But like, you know,
Do you want to go to the store with Cuzzo real fast?
yes.
Hey, I am going to go and talk with parlay with Our Lady of the Other Lady of the Perpetual Thing at Night.
Depending, go talk to her, and then once you have spoken with her, then you can come back, and Rachel will be free to go. But I think you should. I think you should talk.
That's not a problem. I am willing to talk. She seems to be willing to listen. We can parlay. I don't have a problem. Oh, wait. I forgot there was a gift. There was a gift for both of you.
Ooh.
I've been working on a little thing that I haven't announced yet. Well, had a few people test run it, and it seems to be working just fine. And he slides over what looks to be like a phone, but it's like easy enough for like your boomer grandmother or grandfather to use. This is Project Guardian. I realize that we seem to be having a situation with Scions and the other things that keep happening, well, with Titans and everything else. And I feel like instead of having a bunch of Scions running around and causing problems and not doing the assignments that they were given, we can have a bunch of divine, titanic, and otherwise assign powers and abilities to those who can get the job done.
Who specifically are you giving this to?
He's looking between the two of them, seeing which one wants to take it. It also means you don't have to leave your house while making sure, just in case another, let's say a god decides to fuck over your family for a bit, and you just want to make sure them and their followers can't do that ever again.
Erebus will take it then. Yeah, Erebus will take it. Because if Nyx gets pissed off, that's a different thing. So yeah, Erebus will take it. And he'll deal with that.
Wonderful. And if you talk to my team, the rest of your group could also get on that pilot plan immediately with no questions, no paperwork, and no one the wiser.
Erebus he'll start looking through. He's like, okay, yeah. By the time you come back, I'll understood this. It's been a while since I've had any technology, so it might be a little bit of time, but I can figure things
Puts
out.
down the instruction guide. By the time I come back, Rachel could probably explain to you everything on that booklet. Right, Rachel? Great, Rachel.
Rich like, thank you for the food.
I'll bring you some back when I come back.
All right. and then I'm assuming you head out.
Yep. Open the doorway. He's gonna try to locate Bodhi.
You open the door and you hear this fairly beautiful music. And as you emerge, you're in front of the hospital with Bodhi sitting in front of this man in a green shirt talking about the Naga King.
Do I recognize this song?
No.
Absolutely not. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a vibe to it either way. I'm just
I mean, it's
okay.
pretty good, yeah.
Anyways, what up, bestie? It's been years since I've seen you. How's it been years? I can't tell anymore. Oh, okay. Well, there's been a wrinkle. Well, not necessarily a wrinkle, but I, I'm under the. Let's just say that a certain family member has said that maybe we should go talk to her. Parlay.
Yeah. Bat just comes, flapping over. Ooh. Actually, yeah. Super simple. I don't know. I just feel like I should be flying. I think I think we all feel like we should be flying. No, I just want to see the town. We're all seeing different parts of the town. No, I don't know of any island. Oh, I'm just looking at the town, just like I'm like making a map of the town. Yeah, just feel like it. The bat is not lying. The bat is being influenced by some other divine entity. So as far as the bat is concerned, just woke up one day and was like, I feel like just looking at the town and making a mental map. And all the other bats were like, that's a great idea, Jeff. Let's go.
Oh,
No. You would need to imbue a legend because they're not doing this of their own free will. They're doing this because they were influenced, and so you're not rolling to convince the bat. You're rolling to convince to overpower the bat's like programming from something else. Yeah. All right. And so you're being a legend to get them to fly to the island. All right. All right. Can you communicate with them as they're flying? Okay. Right.
Okay. Well, and then that part. But I feel like first, seeing as everyone keeps pushing it, especially since, and he writes down Nix's name, doesn't say it out loud, writes it
Fair.
down. Especially since Auntie holds it up, says we need to talk. No, talk friend on an island. Oh, definitely not question it. It's following down back to the island.
Yeah. You make your way on the boat. You commandeer a boat as they're no longer taking tours to the island.
Yeah,
Um,
that's safe.
and you get halfway, and the same thing that happened last time starts happening this time, where you are unable to actually make progress.
All right. I was told that we need to talk, and doing this prevents that.
Uh, Much like last time, you get the feeling if you spend 5 legend, you can get in.
My goodness, he's making us spend 5.
Yes. Yeah.
He Nolan is going to imbue a legend to use the domain moon,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just going to keep knocking on that door, like he's at the door and he's knocking on it, and he is calling her out like that one girl from Medea's Big Happy Family, like Byron, with the stick
Mm-hmm.
going, Medusa, Medusa, open the door, Medusa,
Mm-hmm.
Medusa, open the door, and he's going to be as obnoxiously annoying, like, oh my god, what do you want? He's
Mm-hmm.
going to keep doing that over and over again, and he's going to invoke not a god, but his cousin Laronda, Laronda and Kwame.
Mm-hmm.
Medusa, open the door. I know you in there. Medusa,
Mm-hmm.
open the door. And he's making a song and dance of it. Medusa, open the door. Before the popo come for you. Medusa, open the door.
Does not seem like it's enough.
Pushes it even more.
You see the bats above you. They're still flying, and as far as they're concerned, they're making their way. Last time you were able to spend 3, become undead, and that seemed to work. Hmm. You would need to spend another 3 for him, and so you could spend 3 for you, and he could spend. I mean, he could do something similar to you in that he has there apparently is some connection with Nyx. He has the spare. He could spend three to become cloaked in moonlight or something and hope that works. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
Also add that the Medusa Open the Door song will be added as a threat, and it will play 24/7 every hour on the hour.
You are very certain that this person got the message. There does not seem to be any change in the domain. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Technically, it is not. Uh, the what this is directly from Scion God, which y'all should get. It is great. Um, oh, I forgot the specific name. She did not create an underworld. She used a divine something or the other. I should get the thing. To create a domain. Yes. Yes. And
Ah,
she made it around the tower.
he's gonna make a quick phone call.
Okay.
Auntie, I went to the door and knocked on the door a couple of times. I even did the song and dance, and she won't open the door, and she's being mean to me. And like, I'm feeling so attacked right now and emotional.
So when you called, you still heard the crying because they were
Hmm.
still crying. And then you
But
started
he's also
talking.
crying.
Yeah. And then she's like, in a tone that lacks emotion to the point that you haven't heard her speak, to where even you might get a kind of chill where you're like, oh shit, I forgot you could like kill everything. Oh fuck. She's like, don't worry about it. Simply enter and have a conversation. You will leave. And then if you don't like her, you can go back the way you want to.
All
And then she
right.
starts crying again. And you hear Rachel, bye.
Bye. I'll bring you back extra stuff. Hangs up. Gonna tentacle through there.
Okay. So you spend three legend and your heart stops, Icar stops pumping, you become a corpse, i.e., your body is dead. Rex, are you going to become bathed in moonlight?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. You spend three legend, you are bathed in moonlight, and you all can swim to the island. As you're swimming, you notice a few things. One, Bodhi, as you're a corpse, you're like effectively a zombie, but you start exuding blood. Not ichor, but blood, as if your like blood is escaping your body. Um, Rex, you are bathed in a red moonlight, a blood moon's moonlight.
This makes sense.
You make your way to the tower.
All right, we're not here to fight. I've been sent by my aunt who says we should talk and parlay. Or I can do the Medusa open your door song and this, but I don't think you want that happening.
The tower door is open because the tower has a like massive chunk missing out of it.
Yeah, but it's still like breaking and entering if you just go on through there without announcing yourself.
Very fair. So right next to the yeah, you sent a message. So like whoever is here is very well aware that you're coming. The door that is like right next to like the missing half just kind of like creaks open.
Okay, see there. Gonna dust off his shoes, gonna dry off just a little bit. Like, I don't want to mess up your. Hmm. It just heads upstairs.
All right. So you make her upstairs, and you might be having some flashbacks of like, you remember when we were here, and then we fought like the werewolf. We had the werewolf party. Like it was great. You make your way to the top, and you see this massive throne with what appears to be skulls, but it's actually like cement carved in the shape of skulls. And sitting in that throne is Yuri. However, Yuri seems to have a stake stuck in her heart.
Yuri,
Hmm? No.
Yuri, you look great. How the hell are you?
She gets up and is like, "You weren't even slightly shocked?" And she like pulls out the stake and like throws it down. Clearly pissed her joke didn't work.
Why the fuck would I be shocked? At this point, do you really think we will all be? It's kind of obvious at this point. Like, I mean, you gave yourself away.
Fine. Hello, friends. Hello, soon-to-be gods. How are you doing?
Oh, we're here to parlay, try to find out what this is. You seem to be announcing yourself as like the goddess of death, so we just wanted to pop in and figure out what the fuck is this. Also, you could at least pick the better dress for this, but you know what? No one's complaining. I'm not complaining.
I have a question for you two. Do you like the state of the world?
Oh God. Okay. Or oh me. Oh no. We're at that point. Bodhi, do you like the state of the world?
What if I were to tell you that it was not necessary? What if I were to tell you there was a different way?
Oh boy.
I mean, surely you can see that I went through pains to make sure that we could talk without any aggression. I just want to make sure that you are interested before I reveal all my cards. That's what the young kids say, right? It's been a while since I've actually, been with people.
God, you're a boomer. But like, okay, let me skip to this part. Are you trying to make yourself Queen of Death so you can go ahead and police all the kids and make them do whatever you want?
You said we had a mutual friend. Do you think she would allow that? I would have been dead a long time ago if that's what I wanted.
Okay, so you're not planning on doing that. Great. We dodged one bullet with that. Which state of the world are we talking?
The state of the world where human beings grovel for God's protection while they are attacked by gods and titans alike, where human beings cannot exist, where they cannot have a happy life. I mean,
Sorry,
I'm
Bodhi,
looking
didn't mean
at
to cut
you
you off.
and you're looking more titan than anything right now. The gods won't accept you as you are. Well, first, I would like my question answered. Are you or are you willing to consider another state, or are you simply just trying to get me to reveal my plan so you can stop it? Me to protect myself as well. Because if I tell it to you and you don't like it, I have to kill you. I really don't want to do that. So I'd rather just not tell you and not have to kill you, in which case you will forget, or tell you and you can join me and my friends.
Okay, let me put it in words that you can understand. I have a very I have plans I've been working on a while now. What big plans? And I feel as though while we can sing together, both of us can't run this production together, if you catch my drift.
I understand. I
But,
appreciate your.
but hang on. If our paths are aligning, I might be willing to hear you out. But what I'm hearing is that you want to put yourself as the head of a certain few pantheon. You can take it over. You can upend the whole Scion Titan war.
The only thing you got right is that I, along with my friends, plan to upend this whole system of gods ruling over people, allow people to be free.
While also being one.
I have no interest in ruling.
Ah, see, that's how I know there's the bullshit. I know your legend. Almost better than you know your legend. I know exactly what Dracula wants, and Dracula does not want to just sit there and
Oh,
meander.
I'm so sorry. That's that's a name I used in one of my incarnations. My true name is Zelmoxis. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, fuck. Right. And just like the bastard he's become in recent years, we just watch him kind of take a few like the rocks and rubble, and he pops down, and we see him also on the opposite throne. Huh. Then
I
we
mean,
really are. at a weird impasse.
Not really. It sounds like you don't want to take part of it, in which case you will leave and I will go about my way.
No, 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 no. Because I know you. Because if you talk to Nyx, you partially know what my plans are.
Nyx is a very loyal friend. I would never ask her to reveal, and she would never reveal plans. The only reason she was willing to send you here is because I asked her, would you be willing to direct him here if he comes to visit you?
Mm, hmm.
I don't know what your plans are, nor do I really care. My plans are millennia in the making, and they will take more time.
Yes, 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 I know. But unfortunately, there's a problem with that.
And that problem is,
It's a stupid fucking plan.
you don't know what my plan is.
You're gonna up in the system, right?
Or, you know what's a better plan? Leaving the system while human beings are out there struggling. I caused chaos because I had bats flying, and they're so terrified of gods. And this is the system you want to protect? You're right. We are at an impasse.
See, that's where you got my plans fucked up. See, Bodhi, see, didn't even think to consider my part of the plan. Do you even know which god I am, which demigod, what my whole purpose is?
You're a god, planning to be a god in a system that already exists.
My God, it's like talking to a wall. It's like talking to my grandma all over again.
So
You, no, you go, Bodhi. This is all you.
your plan is to what? To
Unfortunately,
how do you break the system um, with leaving the gods in place? How do you rebuild this?
I can tell
What's
you,
your
but
plan?
I would need for you to allow me to do a ritual on you,
Yeah, no, we're not making any agreements to any
which is
ritual.
why
So
I can't tell you the plan.
I, I, I don't need to know the details of your plan. Um, but in order to accomplish what you're saying, the gods neither need to be on your side and agree to remove themselves further from the world
Mhm.
so that mortals can be left to their own devices without influence of the divine.
Mhm.
Now, clearly, many gods may not appreciate this
Mhm.
and go against you.
Mhm.
And the result of going against this is there's going to need to be some direct conflict between you and the various pantheons.
You are putting too much faith in the power of the gods. We don't need their permission. But I fear that's all I can say, given the animosity that I get from both of you.
I mean, I'm curious. You think that do you honestly believe that gods will walk away from this world?
Do you honestly believe that the gods control this? The gods don't control anything. We are at the whims, just like any other entity.
They decide their impact, their how they play, how they get along,
They don't.
how they use mortals along that line.
Okay, so if that's true, I can make this a sunny place. This is my domain. I control this. Domain, I command sunlight. and it stays dark. And I think a bat just kind of like looks at her and flies off. We
Um,
don't control anything. We exist.
um, you see this? Well, she's become a Zoomer, specifically a Doomer. I've heard this talk before. I Max used to talk like this all the time. We don't control our fate. Everything's going to end anyways. Blasey, 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 blasey. Now I'm disappointed. I'm not even mad anymore.
I'm disappointed. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I promised our mutual friend that I would not kill you.
Oh, I'm definitely going to leave, but I'm going to leave you this. When I first came here, I was looking forward to talking to a woman with plans and ambitions and strength. And here I see someone whose whole goal is to basically shrink in entropy.
Allow me to show you strength, young soon-to-be god.
Who said I wanted to be a god?
And she's going to walk up to you and eject you from her realm.
That's fine.
And then she'll look over at Bodhi and be like, would you like to leave? Or should I eject you as well?
Another way out. Force. Show of force is not necessary.
I hoped it wouldn't be. It was a pleasure talking to you, Bodhi. I hope we never meet again, because when we do, it will likely be as enemies, and I'd really hate that.
Yeah. Well, um, I guess maybe good luck with your toppling of the theocracy of the various pantheons that you're um used to dealing with.
I
Well,
appreciate that. Good luck, protecting people. I've been watching you for quite some time. I've been impressed. And then she'll go back and just kind of like sit on her throne. And I think that's where we'll end. Uh, Considering it is
yeah.
just about midnight. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Uh, we'll do a quick outro. We'll start with Crow. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what is Nolan thinking about right now.
Hi, I'm Crow. I played Rex, whose human form is Doug. Scion of King Making. You can find me on the Doobly Doos. Posted here somewhere or over there somewhere. What is Rex thinking? My God, Rex is like again another one effing up plans that I'm putting together because they can't just keep their shit together for 5 minutes. And he's just like, well, I got to kill her again. That's pretty much what he's thinking right now, right about now.
All right, thank you. And Zachary, I know you're having some technical difficulties. Is it back? Beautiful. Beautiful. Once again, thank you all for playing. Thank you for joining. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.